go. We'll talk to Nikki Price in a few minutes' time, find out what's happening on her programme the other side of 9 o'clock this morning. But first, outdoor events will be held in Cirencester over the next 10 days as part of a campaign called Love Parks. It's a UK-wide scheme with the aim to get people out and about, celebrating parks and green spaces between now and the 4th of August. To plan the events, Cirencester Town Council has joined forces with Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust and Cirencester Wildlife Group. Christopher Mace has been in Cirencester this morning, finding out more.
The day's really starting to brighten up beautifully here at the Citibank Local Nature Reserve in Cirencester. We're just here to find out a little bit more about what's going on over the next 10 days or so. Now, we've got Bruna from Cirencester Town Council here. Tell us your pick of the events going on here.
Well, today we've got a football tournament this afternoon, and we have the Secret Nature event here at Citibank tomorrow. We've got lots of play sessions, pond dipping on Wednesday in the Abbey grounds.
What's the town council's involvement in all of this? Because obviously it's not a nature group, but you've been quite instrumental in running this for sort of the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, so Love Parks is something that we've taken on since 2012 and grown, and we put on a series of free events for as broad a demographic as possible so that we can advertise our wonderful parks and green spaces and encourage people to get out into the parks at the beginning of the summer holidays. And it sort of acts like a reminder that actually you don't need to spend money, you can go to the park, you can have fun, you can play games, you can explore nature. There's lots going on for everybody.
Now, to give us a little bit more about the specifics of just why events like this are so important, we've got Melanie Dodd from the Cirencester Wildlife Group. Now, we're standing next to this lovely river, and a river like this running through a nature reserve is an awful lot more, isn't it, than just a pretty sight for people?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a home for lots and lots of wildlife. We've got water voles that live here on the river. We did a survey not long ago and we found evidence of feeding signs of water voles. There's probably otters will be travelling through. There's definitely signs of otter have been found here. Kingfishers fly through on the river, and there's fish. Which is the food for the otter, and it's just a really nice spot for birds, dippers, kingfishers. Yeah, it's an amazing area for wildlife.
Events like these are all about educating, aren't they?
Yeah, that's our main aim as a wildlife group. We want people to appreciate what's there, what's on their back doorstep, basically. And this is a fabulous site for people, and it's also a fabulous site for wildlife. It's one of only 2 local nature reserves in the Cotswold district.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Wow.
And it's the first one in Cirencester.
The first in Cirencester. And an absolutely lovely place. Now, here at Citibank later in the week, we're going to be having people in the water, finding bits and bobs to show the kids. What else is going on here, for example?
We're going to have refreshments on sale. The local friends group are going to provide homemade cakes and drinks and things. We're going to have a bee walk. We're going to be making bee boxes. There's a guy coming from the local friends group who's going to be making hedgehog homes, showing people what you can do in your garden for hedgehogs.
And you can find out more about what they're going to get up to between now and the 4th of August at cirencester.gov.uk, cirencester.gov.uk. 18 minutes to 9.
Soulful House. David White's Boogie Wonderland. 2 hours of soulful house and classic disco. Listen again on BBC Sounds or catch it every Saturday from 6.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
28 minutes past 7 now. Outdoor events are going to be held in Cirencester over the next 10 days as part of a campaign called Love Parks. It's a UK-wide scheme with the aim to get people outside celebrating parks and green spaces between today and the 4th of August. Now, to plan the events, Cirencester Town Council have joined forces with Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust and Cirencester Wildlife Group. Finding out more about bug hunts and river dips, he'll be loving this morning, is BBC Radio Gloucestershire's Christopher Mace. Keep the equipment away from the water, Chris.
That's right, David, yes. Well, I mean, as was the case yesterday, we managed to do a bit of recording in the swimming pool, didn't we? These parks are really important parts of our lives, aren't they? We use them for sports, a bit of dog walking, and we even use them for those really powerful moments of self-reflection. Now, we're at the Citibank Nature Reserve in Cirencester today, which from where I'm standing looks like a little corner surrounded by trees and lots of long wavy grass, but I'm told it extends right round across the river and into another field. It's the site of one of the events going on this weekend. Let's find out a little bit more about some of the things going on over the next 10 days. We've got Bruna Langton with us, who's from Cirencester Town Council, one of the bodies that puts this together. Now, just give us a couple of highlights, I guess, from this week. What's going on?
Well, tomorrow we have the Citibank event, Secret Nature, and we have lots of play sessions, we have yoga, we have artists coming down so you can come and make some art in the parks, and we have a dog show next Saturday in the Abbey grounds.
Fabulous. Now, this event over time, it's been going for a fair few years now. I think this is possibly the 8th year. 2012 I think it started, didn't it? Or your involvement. Give us an idea of the scale of the event now, because a lot of people come, don't they?
Well, it's grown and grown since 2012 when we started, so now we would expect a couple of thousand people to join us through the week.
Fabulous, thank you. Well, it's not just Bruna who's with us today. Here we've got Grove Sykes from Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust is with us as well. Now, a lot of the focus is on nature. The event here at Citibank tomorrow, really, really nature focused. What's going to be happening here?
So yeah, we've got lots of different things happening. So personally, I'm going to be getting into the river and dipping around, seeing what insects we can find and showing the kids. We've got bee walks, flower walks, we've got beaky finders tomorrow morning. So that's going to be going and looking for some birds and seeing what is around in Citibank. So it's a real variety.
Fabulous. Now, events like these, going on over 10 days, it's not like it's a one-hit wonder and people go away. There's reinforcement after reinforcement after reinforcement, in ideas. How important is, I guess, a mini, almost festival like this for local nature?
It's really important. It's really important in this area because we've got ourselves, we've got Cirencester Wildlife Group, Friends of Citibank, loads of different organisations working here, and it's actually it's on people's doorstep. That's the key thing, and it's here all year round, and it changes all the time, and just getting people out here to look at it is really important.
Brilliant, thank you, Grove. Well, now, the only real thing to ask here is, Bruna, just going to grab you very quickly, if that's right, just to tell us where people can find out more information, because the events are free, aren't they, and where can they find them?
All the events are free and they're all drop-in. If you go to Cirencester Town Council website, it's all on there. And also we have Facebook pages for St Michael's Park and the Abbey grounds, and there's information on those.
Thanks very much, Bruna. David, you'll hear from us a little bit later on when we'll be having a dig through some of the lovely nature here.
Oh, marvellous. Sounds rather nice where you are. Thank you. Beaky Finders, I like that. Very nice indeed. All the programme events which start today can be found at cirencester.gov.uk. cirencester.gov.uk.